everybody's having a wonderful start to their weekend. Had a wonderful Friday. Pumped to be here. Y'all let me know who you are in the chat. Be sure to hit that like. We're going to have some fun leading up to this commitment announcement from Charles Lester. As you guys know, I've been struggling a bit with computer issues, connectivity issues. I did some different things like software updates, but still having some problems. And so I didn't think it would be good to broadcast from my laptop because I feel like my broadband would like blow up if I were to do that in screen share right now. We're just gonna have a mobile party right now. Got my iPhone going, which is good that I got the mic and everything hit up. But man, 15 people, 5 likes in here, amazing. But Charles Lester, he could be our third 5-star cornerback coming here to the Buffs. And it was great to have him visit here in Boulder. I think he was here overnight. I think he was. So here for a couple days. Maybe that was Tuesday, Wednesday. And I mean, he said some great things about Coach Prime. And I know that there are a ton of crystal balls predicting Charles Lester to choose FSU. I was surprised that after his visit here, we didn't get one crystal ball to Colorado. So I will say it looks like it is unlikely right now that he's going to commit, but we're going to enjoy this together. I mean, man, uh, again, looking back at this time last year, we were never a part of these conversations. So it's cool to see, to be a part of this, to be considered. I'm still holding hope that we can get Charles Lester, but as you guys all know, like today, it's just it's like an official standings. We get to find out where we stand with the rest of the schools going after Charles Lester, and the work is not over regardless of the outcome today. We will have to keep the heat on or increase it as fall goes on, and we got to make sure that we're winning. Really appreciate everybody that's chiming in here. If you guys could do me a favor, please let me know, because on his Instagram post, it talks about the commitment party, but it doesn't say like where it's being streamed. I'm assuming that it's going to be live streamed on his Instagram, which is why I have it open. But if y'all have some more information on that, or if there's a different link that I need to look up, find on Twitter, please let me know, because I wanna be able to watch this along with you guys, and we're gonna party together and enjoy it. So y'all, please let me know if I have my information incorrect. But that's just what I'm assuming, because most of these announcements, they happen on Instagram now, Instagram Live these days. But Jimmy, good to see you. Thank you so much for chiming in. Really happy to be here. Chris Hinton, if Charles Lester doesn't commit, I'm still happy about the exposure the program is getting. Yes, absolutely. That's why I was never too upset about Jawan Johnson decommitting from here and then committing to LSU, which is just right there, like an hour and a half away from where he's at in Louisiana. I think it was pretty clear that that was his top choice, but I'm still very thankful for Jawan for his time that he was committed here, because it did help add legitimacy to what is being built over here. And even if Charles Lester doesn't commit today, I think we still have a good chance, and I'm excited for it. Again, these guys, they're like 17, 18 years old. This is still one of the most momentous days in their lives, leading in their young lives, and I'm excited that we get a chance to see it and to celebrate. Let me go ahead and take a quick look at the Florida State 2024 class, because I think it's coming together really well right now. So on 24/7, they're ranked 14th in the nation. One of their biggest recruits is 5-star tight end 6'4" Landon Thomas, and Charles Lester would be that second 5-star for the program this year. It's a big deal, and they have a very strong recruiting class here. I could name off some of the names, but maybe I'll do that later. I'll get to the comments. Let's see. Laleen Nathan, Are we being greedy? We want them. Can't have too many Birkin bags. Yeah, maybe we are greedy. I think for me, I'm just excited, and if Charles Lester doesn't come here, that's okay. We'll be able to go out and find some other players that want to be buffs. And again, I think like sometimes you can see a lot of. I feel like it more so comes from the Florida State side of things, but wanting to drag us down for what we're building here at CU or something like that. It seems like FSU is a very like nuanced love-hate relationship with Coach Prime, with Deion Sanders, from what I've gathered. If there are any FSU people in here, maybe you can help me understand that from your perspective. But I got no ill will towards Florida State. I would love if we could go ahead and schedule some out-of-conference games together because that's showtime. That's a big fight. I want to see big fight pay-per-view events, and that would be one of them, especially here in a couple years if we're able to put together some more transfer portal and high school recruiting classes that are pretty solid. So, oh, shoot, he's on Instagram Live now. Let me go ahead and refresh my Instagram feed. And at least I can probably get some audio going. Thank you, Ant Lives. It ended just as fast as it was up. Man, that's funny. Sorry, I didn't read ahead. The Basement, good to see you. Why would Charles Lester take a trip to Colorado one day before he committed to a team other than Colorado? I don't know. If he's not committing here, he sure knows how to create some good tension, some anxiety, some interest. I think if you're looking at it in terms of creating a show, creating some hype, that's the way to do it, regardless of who you're going to choose today. I think I got no issue with that. Create that buzz, like get it going, get people talking about you. I have no issue about that because that is what our great leader in Coach Prime, that's he's shown us the model. That's how he built his brand. Very methodical. So we'll see. Lillian Nathan, kidding like Frank said, I did it my way. CL3 should do the same. Yeah, man, but I would love to see him coming out here because, again, like I've said many times, come out here. The weather's freaking amazing. You don't have to worry about the mosquitoes and the humidity and just the crazy weather that can happen in Florida, the crazy things that can happen in Florida. You come out here, you don't have to worry. Well, I'm not saying like I know these guys, but I do think it is advantageous that there are favorable drug laws. If you do like weed, which I will partake in every now and then, this is a great state to do that in. And you don't have to worry about possession or anything like that, and getting in trouble for that. It's just or like mushrooms. But anyways, this isn't about recreational drugs. This is about football. This is about Coach Prime, CU, all that. Let's see. Sleepy Floyd says, heard Florida State's throwing the bag at CL3. And they should, but I think if he were to come here, I don't ever think it would be because we'd be able to put together the biggest NIL offer. I think that, we'd be selling him on what he talked about of like, you can't turn down a chance to play for Coach Prime. Prepare yourself as well as you can for the NFL. And, I think probably with Travis Hunter, for instance, or Cormani, I do speculate, or my theory is that there probably were schools that offered a bigger bag than what we were able to give them just by where our NIL program is right now. It is far behind where schools like Florida, Georgia, or Florida State, Georgia, Alabama are at. Chris Monroe, they love these visits. They need to take them. They earn them. Absolutely, especially during this time of the year. The weather is gorgeous. It's a great time to see Boulder. It's awesome. Anthony Williams says, hopefully Ohio State. I didn't know Ohio State was still in it. I saw that Georgia and Alabama were, but I didn't know that about Ohio State. But I did see that Chris Henry's son, Chris Henry Jr., committed to Ohio State today, and that just makes me so happy. And Yeah, I think it was Pac-Man Jones, right, that adopted Chris Henry's boys. Chad, it's not over for Coach Prime, even if he does commit to FSU tonight. Prime is the king of flipping those 5 stars. Absolutely. Not over until signing day. Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, this is not over today. And, this is just a good excuse to get together and talk with all the fellas. And we're going to enjoy this together. But y'all got to let me know when this guy goes live. I am refreshing as much as I can. Mike, our honorary Cornhuskers fan, he's in here all the time. Hey, Mike, we haven't talked since the move to the Big 12. We had a handful of different Big 12 opponents scheduled, such as Kansas State. I think we might have had Houston. There was one other one. Was it Tech? Maybe it was more TCU. I don't know. But anyways, we have a whole bunch of slots coming open from 25 on, from 2025 on. You got to make sure uh, you're making your voice heard, making sure that we get that CU Nebraska matchup out of conference every year after 2025 moving forward, or starting in 2025. It's a shame that we won't be playing next year together. Will we? No. No, we will. We will, because next year will be in Lincoln, I believe, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. The basement. Colorado could bring better endorsements for Charles because of the exposure. Oh yeah, and that's a great point, because there's going to be a lot of uh, like endorsements, advertising opportunities, and I mean we've seen that with happening with Travis Hunter. I think it all just comes down to what Charles Lester wants to do to personally build his brand. I think here at CU, because of the team and network that Coach Prime has, he has he can take a more entrepreneurial approach with it. We have a lot of tools and people at his disposal that he can work with and partner with to kind of grow that personal brand. If that's something that he's really interested in doing, this is a great place if you have that entrepreneurial mindset. That kind of startup mindset where you want to build something for yourself. But if he's not interested in that and just wants to focus on football and get a great paycheck doing that, there might be other schools better fit for him for that. But I'm biased, and I think that this would be the ultimate fit for him. But that's easy for me to say when I don't know what money is really on the line. It's just like there was a comment that I saw the other day about how, like, I mentioned this in my video about the administration. CU's administration so flippant, and they left the conference 13 years ago, and they're leaving another conference, again now 13 years later. But it's like that. That's easy for you to criticize when your jobs and livelihood aren't at stake, and these guys are trying to make the best decisions possible for their own careers as well as their stakeholders. Jimmy, remember Coach said Travis was offered $1 million while transferring to CU. Yes, that's a great point. The money's out there. The transfer portal is the real recruiting battlefield, Chase Summers. You're absolutely right about that, and I think you've seen that approach. Like, CU has continued to show that and dictate it, because our high school class is small right now. I think we got 6-7 commits, and I don't think it's going to be over 15. I really don't. I think that Coach Prime, they're going to want to recruit yearly out of that transfer portal, because you already have proven talent, guys that understand what it takes to work in college football. And I think that the transfer portal is going to be the main way that this team brings in talent moving forward. And you will see kind of more small, more selective high school classes, I think. That's kind of my prediction. Trucking with Tony, I'm thinking he's going to FSU, but we'll see. I think he is too. But I'm interested in the possible unlikely surprise, which would be awesome. Hopefully he just doesn't troll us if he doesn't choose the Buffs, right? Mike's happy for the move to the Big 12. I appreciate that. It feels great, and honestly, there's a lot of relief that I have right now as a Buffs fan, knowing where we're going to be playing football for the next 6-7 years or so, right? Did he commit? Did Charles Lester commit? Not to my knowledge yet. Yeah, Surfer Boy, the king of flipping 5 stars is Kirby Smart. Man, yeah, Kirby Smart, Georgia. They're they're probably the top dogs right now when it comes to recruiting because they have a wonderful head coach with a great personality. They have proven they have a proven NFL pipeline now, and they have one of the largest brands in college football, along with I think one of the largest NIL collectives as well right now. Georgia is a well-oiled machine. But we're coming. We're getting there, and we're building a great foundation for the future to be very competitive, I think, in the Big 12. All right. Oh man, I am wired, fired, and inspired. Y'all know who that is. It is B Mac, Brandon McCartney. Great to see ya. Thank you for coming on my show last weekend. We'll definitely get you on as the season goes on, and maybe we can connect at some point when you're able to make it out to Boulder, man. Where can I watch him pick caster? I'm thinking it's Instagram. So I'm just refreshing the page right now. We're going to see how this goes. Trucking with Tony says, I also think his teammates were there at the visit may commit as well. That would be really cool. He wants to play with his guys, yeah, his friends. And again, we already have Zacarl Lewis, right? That's going to be playing with him this year, transferring to that same high school. So that's going to be great. Here we go. Are we getting it? Because my Instagram is not showing it. Vibe Season Sports, Lil YT or Lil YouTube. I don't know. Good to see you guys. Thanks for chiming in. Yeah, DNVR. I'm going through the comments kind of all over the place, so forgive me if I miss some of your stuff, your comments. But Vibe Season Sports, thanks for chiming in. DJ Promo, CU, let's go, baby. Linda Head using CU for clout. Yeah, I guess you can take it that way. I had no issue with somebody creating buzz, suspense, because that only gets people talking about CU. I'm not going to be upset about that if he doesn't choose to go to Colorado at this time. We're in the conversations for the first time in ever with some of these prospects at this talent level. And we're going to be able to fill out the team with high quality players, regardless of what happens. Obviously, it becomes easier to win when you have more players like Charles Lester on it. But you've seen this, I guess, in baseball. Even though I don't really talk about baseball, like even with the Yankees, just having the biggest payroll and the biggest names doesn't always mean titles. Yeah, Trucking with Tony, you bring up a great point. He's a 5-star. He doesn't need clout. He's a big time recruit, and there's nothing wrong with saying you're considering CU and then holding an announcement party and not choosing CU. Like that's totally okay. We would all be doing the same things too. Frank White, DMVR says he's not committing to CU. Yes, refused to reveal the source. And man, Andre Bradford, one of our commenters that I think is out there in Florida, he was saying how he spoke with somebody that he doesn't think that it's that he's committing here, but nonetheless, very pleased that he came out and saw Boulder, I believe on his own dime because it was a unofficial visit. But maybe he wants to see how we're going to perform this year, and I think if we can get to a bowl game, man, and get a bowl win, I mean that's gonna do wonders, I think, for the momentum of this program moving forward. Chris says, I don't think he can be flipped because he already visited. I don't know about that. I think with some of these players that maybe don't commit here right now, if we do go to a bowl game or get a winning record, I mean, I think that would absolutely affect some of these guys, changing their decisions and coming here. Eva's mom, finally cut alive. Happy to have you here. Florida State man, he's going to see you probably. Man, that's funny. I don't think he is. I think he's going to Florida State, and I mean, y'all have put in the work. He's right there. It's clear that he loves Florida State. Does he love Coach Prime a little bit more than the brand of Florida State, the school, the coaching staff there? We'll just have to see. But it's thrilling to be part of this conversation and to see where he goes. Obviously, you guys at Florida State are building a hell of a recruiting class for 2024. Already 17 commits, ranked 14th in the nation. I mean, they got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4-stars, a tight end that's rated 98 overall with a 24/7 as a 5-star, and I mean, it's I think Mike Norvell is freaking killing it. How can you not be so impressed? And regardless of what happens, if Charles Lester doesn't come here, I've seen like some Twitter people from FSU, really saying some crazy things about the staff. I think you have to be pleased with Norvell, no matter what the outcome is with this particular recruitment. Coming off of a 10-win season last year, y'all are going in the right direction, big time, in building. I think something that's going to be very sustainable for quite a while. Sports Hub, yes, the commitment should be going on right now. I'm gonna fast forward, see if you guys, yeah, y'all spam the chat if he gets on Instagram. I'm still refreshing my own feed. Surfer Boy, I agree with you guys. Should be very competitive in the Big 12 if Coach Prime can continue to utilize the portal and improves his foundation of young high school talent over time. Yeah. We just do it, I guess, in the public eye. It's a little bit more interesting with having Coach Prime having a Hall of Fame celebrity, cultural icon like that as your CEO, head coach. But you just pointed out, Surfer Boy, it really comes down to the basics in college football. Can you recruit and can you develop talent, and that better turn into wins? And it's the same thing with with CU and Coach Prime moving forward. We really need to prove that. Now, Coach Prime's very advantageous this year because anything's an improvement over what happened last year. Absolutely. And he really can't lose, especially with, CU alumni and fans that where we've been irrelevant for the last 20 years. Even if we win 2 games, I'm going to be hella excited because it really means something to be relevant. And I know for a fact that this team is going to be in a lot more games than they were last year, where you're quitting in the second quarter. Tony, you bring up a good point that Travis and Cormani are the most 5-stars and have been on campus at once. Yeah, here at CU, and yeah, we're building something really special. But again, I don't think that if Charles Lester doesn't commit here, we got some guys in the pipeline that I am excited about, and I think a lot of people are going to be impressed over time with Carter Stoutmeyer, 3-star cornerback, played 6A Texas high school football. Big time player. He's got great range. He's got good instinct, ball skills, and I think he will play this year as a freshman, as a true freshman. Surfer Boy, I agree, bro. Kids should take full advantage of the unlimited trips they can take on this whole recruitment process. Absolutely. Get out, see the world. Like, have an open mind. Like, with it's probably happened with some of y'all too, but you end up doing a job or a career or into something just because you're like, well, I guess I'll see where it goes. Heck, that's what happened with this YouTube channel. I was just like, well, I just want to have fun and get my voice out there, and I can't believe this YouTube channel's where it's at right now. I think it's hilarious because I'm just a guy, man, coming out here giving my opinion on things, and it's so much fun talking with y'all. But you limit yourself on these surprises that happen in life if you don't approach them with opportunities just to see like what happens. To Corey Smith, he said on live he's going to the Nebraska or the Colorado Nebraska game. Wonderful. he is going to love that environment, Coach Prime's home opener, and hopefully we keep a lot of that red out of there, because we cannot have the Nebraska Cornhusker Nation taking over Folsom like they did in 2019. That was embarrassing, and I know Nebraska is going to be trying hard to make sure that happens again. Because they got one of the most dedicated fan bases in all of college football, if not the most, because they still sell out games even when their team hasn't been, very good the last 20 years as well. Mad respect for Cornhusker fans, and I hope that we can play games every year. I value this rivalry. Chris, CU needs to really make a push this fall in recruiting. Yeah, I mean, again, Florida State's already got 14 commits. We got 7. Let me look this up right now. But I think you got to look at it as a quality over quantity to an extent, because our primary focus is going to be the transfer portal. Like, that's just how it's going to be. And I think that's fun and exciting. Let's see. Yeah, Tony, can't count Coach Prime out till signing day, especially now. Again, it's been so impressive that he's doing this right now without any record to fall back on at CU. It's remarkable. And imagine if once he does get the wins, stacking up the wins, how much more influence he's going to have. Tony, being in the Big 12 will change the minds of some kids knowing they'll be playing in Florida. Absolutely. It's a lot easier to ask a kid to move out to Boulder when you know you'll be playing at least like once every couple years in Florida. Now, what I would want, honestly, if we have some control over the Big 12 schedule, I would want to play against UCF in Florida every year for that reason. Just make it a consistent road game. I know that doesn't happen, but I want it in Florida for that reason, so that they can always know they'll have friends and extended family members, being able to see them play live every year. But it's a big time move. Oh yeah, we got Winston Watkins, Kaiser Wiggins, and cousin of Sammy Watkins. If you did not know that, love his game. Excited for him. Israel Solomon, I'm putting my money on. You'll have to educate me on who Israel Solomon is. Life with Latria. He's going to Florida State. Yeah, he's got like 1,000 crystal balls going to Florida State, including a 9-1 today on 24/7 from somebody. And yeah, like the odds are very slim right now he's going to commit to Colorado. But, taking part and seeing, what happens, I just want to enjoy this. Again, guys, like, for most of my college football life, I've, not been able to be invested in things like this. And, sometimes they work out for CU's favor this past year. For the most part, they don't. But, it just means so much that I'm able to get on here and enjoy this. Like, this is entertainment. That's why we do this, right? This is entertainment nonetheless. Relevancy is great. Chris, he'll be a top 10 pick either way. Facts. Surfer Boy, you're a true CU fan. I understand Power 5 powerhouse programs are not built overnight. It took Kirby Smart 6 years to become truly dominant in the SEC. Yeah, and that's without and that's still very quick, because that's pre-transfer portal, new rules and era and all of that. Of course, he did have a great brand to fall back on with Georgia, but you're absolutely right. This thing isn't going to turn into a national power, I don't think, overnight. Of course, there are scenarios in which that could play out if those things happen, but I would say that it's much more likely than not CU's not in the national title or even the conference championship talk contenders this year for the Pac-12. Lean Nathan Carter is impressive. Yes. Big fan of him. He's one of my guys. Zulus, we need more big linemen from the Midwest. Absolutely. And being in Cincinnati now is going to be a big advantage for Kent, for former Kent State head coach Sean Lewis and Bill O'Boyle coming over there. The DNVR guys mentioned that maybe on Wednesday or Thursday. And it's true. We're going to be able to get into more of the Midwest. I mean, Kansas. Wish Missouri was still in the Big 12, but it is what it is. And in Texas, they get plenty of linemen down there that are solid. Oklahoma, it's not as rich in like depth when it comes to the talent of a state like Texas, but it's far beyond where Colorado has been. Chris, go Dogs. Happy to have some other college football fans in here. And, best of luck this year on going for that three-peat. That is total insanity at the college football level. And best of luck to the Dogs this year. Y'all are the gold standard right now, and truly the kings of the SEC in college football. You guys are you're the guys that we're all going to go after now, like Game of Thrones. Tony says, as a guy that was recruited in high school, I took every one of my visits I was offered. See, I love that. Just approach it with an open mind and see what works for you. I love to hear that. Phil, the real facts of life. I like this insight. Go Buffs, go Jags. Awesome. It's great to have you here again. I'm not one of these guys that gets upset that we're having new fans come over here because of Coach Prime, because that's awesome. That's amazing. And what's so cool is that I'm becoming a big fan of Coach Prime and learning so much more about him now that I have y'all here on this channel. So it's really cool. I think I do think that moving to the Big 12 helps the chances of us keeping Coach Prime long term. But if he were to ever leave, man, he's got another fan that's going to follow him wherever he goes. And I know my takes are kind of hot, but it's give that man an extension already. He's done something that nobody else could do with this school right now. Let's just be honest about it. And, just build a statue already, even if he leaves next year. I don't think he will. He's putting in too much work to just go up and leave when he's already at that Power 5 level. But I could be wrong. Ghosting the game. Good to see you again. I'm still anxious to hear what Hunter and Cormani are going to be. Not worried if he comes or next year. Yeah, exactly. Hunter and Cormani, man, they're gonna do great. If we do get Charles Lester, I mean, that's just an embarrassment of riches. It would be incredible, but I don't, I'm not expecting it right now. But our secondary, it doesn't always have to be the shiniest names. Like I said, man, there are guys coming here like Carter Stoutmeyer, man, that I think is really talented. Vito Tisdale, man, he's a guy that's coming over here from Kentucky that he's had some injury, but he knows how to play safety and cornerback. I think we'll see him a little bit more at cornerback. And again, this staff, if this team's going to be as successful as the long-term hype is on it with Coach Prime, they have to take, the 3-4 star guys that they get and develop them into pros. Like pro level players. That's the markings of a good coaching staff, just like we were talking about at Georgia. Not everybody they get is a 5-star, though they can have 25 stars on their team at the time, which is amazing, but you still got to build that quality and develop talent that isn't coming in there as a already made star. Let's see, Zulu, CU strategy, 20% high school recruits. Yes, 20%. Let's just even say out of 100 guys. Yes, we got the live going. I love these lives, man. So he's getting on stage right now, and they're playing Eminem. And we'll see how this goes. I'm sorry, guys. Again, as you know, my computer has just been a total pain in the ass this past couple weeks. And so I'm not streaming this for us to watch together because I'm worried about my broadband. But We're gonna watch this together on Instagram. Again, hit that Instagram. His handle is CL3 Slime with 2 E's. And I love his nickname, Slime Time. Like that's so cool. David, if Coach Prime is smart, he stays at CU long term. He would be mentioned in the same breath with McCartney if he stays loyal to CU. Absolutely. And again, this is one of these unique situations in big time college football where we are okay with him like dictating a lot of the terms. We're okay with his brand being bigger than the universities. I don't think a lot of these legacy brand programs in college football would be okay with that. But we are. It just sucks that the food. A lot of white people in Colorado, and if you know anything about white people, is that we always underseason food. And we'll get there, man. We'll get there. Now that we're in the Big 12, man, we gotta we're back in the Big 12. We really gotta up our food game, man. And we can't have weak barbecue now, man. I don't eat barbecue out here, man. It's very infrequent. You can't get it like you do in Texas, man. But man, is that like nieces, nephews? Charles Lester doesn't have any kids yet, does he? Y'all let me know. But man, I'm so excited to watch this. And Cody, Colorado's always associated with jalapenos and weed. Exactly, man. Hey, and now we have mushrooms decriminalized throughout the entire state. So as long as Oregon and Washington don't join the Big 12, we are the kings of recreational drugs in the Big 12. No doubt. Man, y'all are hilarious. I'm reading all your comments, man. You guys are just so funny, man. See, this is why I love doing this, man. And honestly, if I'm being honest, like we got more now Buff/Prime fans. Hey, we got a guy up there with two kids with a Colorado jersey on here. Has he made it official? But we got a Lakers jersey on there. Get that off. Guys, this is hilarious. He's just getting up there. He's got all these kids dancing with different hats and different jerseys on. Is this how he's saying it? One guy says, "Jesus Christ, what is this?" I have no idea how to interpret this. all these Colorado jerseys on. Why did they just give him out for free when he was here? You just took him back? Dude, he better not be trolling, right? Oh man, this is too funny. Again, guys, like regardless of what happens, man, like this shit is entertaining, man. Like, I love it, man. 94 people in here. I appreciate every single one of you. Y'all could be watching this with a lot of different people. Really appreciate that you're tuning in my channel. Please consider subscribing if you haven't. I'm wanting to get to know more college football fans, and obviously, I love everything that Colorado is doing. But and I can be a fanboy, and I do have my hot takes and all that. But I like to think that I hold some perspective with this whole thing. So. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see. I'm going to read through my own comments right now. Ado with the CEO. With the love CU's giving Coach Prime, he ain't living no time soon, absolutely. And his new contract is going to break records, absolutely. He should be a top 5, at the worst, paid football coach. I say, like, right now. Go ahead and make him, because the top paid, because he's like a stock that always returns right now for CU, man, like a rocket stock, and now we got more money to pay him coming up. But man, like I still can't get over the fact that there's like multiple kids with Colorado jerseys on, man. I love it. Maybe if he commits, I'll throw on my old school number 7 jersey. See how that goes. His commitment party's in bed. No, it just ended. It just ended. Are you serious? Is this how this is gonna go down? Is it gonna be this ambiguous? Looks like daycare, man. I gotta restart this, man. Oh no, something went wrong. Is it my internet? No. Oh no. All right, I'm refreshing. Something went wrong. Are y'all getting like loading issues on the Instagram? Did he break the Instagram? Hold on. Okay, here we go. All right, still going on. Did he get banned for the cringe? Right? Oh man. Well, man, I love the party. I love the celebration. Yeah, they restarted it. I wonder what Colin Moore from Life and Football is thinking about all this. Because you guys go subscribe to him if you don't know of him. Big time Prime fan, covering everything Buffs, but right there in Florida. And he's had the chance to interview Charles Lester a couple months ago, and he's been invited to the party, so he's there right now. He might be live streaming. So again, I appreciate you checking out. Man, we got some more Colorado gear. What the hell? Guys, I'll be honest, man. I was not expecting any of this. All right, here we go. Man, oh man, oh man, here we go. We we got a guy in a Florida State T-shirt, a Buff T-shirt, and a Bama T-shirt. I don't see a Georgia one. But are people just wearing the jerseys and shirts of like who they want him to commit to? Is that the deal? Maybe that was it. Oh, there's the Georgia logo. Or maybe it was Ohio State. Is it Ohio State? I can't tell. It's so grainy. The CU gears to throw it off. It's gonna be pain. Oh man. Imagine him pulling a flip and going to like Marshall, exactly. Oh man, my feed keeps oh man. So Bama's out of it. What? This is crazy. They all had X's on the back of the t-shirt, right? USC. Someone's saying USC. So it looks like we got a surprise team, maybe? Yes, get some more music going. Man, I don't even know what to make of this, man. Yeah, FAMU. I always love the blowhorns. Oh man, this my feed keeps on like pausing. So we'll have to see. Shador's talking about his Wi-Fi. Green Creole, good to see you. This is a hot mess. Eva's mom. Absolutely. Recording on a microwave. Oh, the video ended again. Oh man. Man. Yeah, he needs that NIL because you're right, Cody. He's got that $10 a month Wi-Fi. Man, holy moly. All right, I'm gonna refresh my computer and hopefully I don't miss it. But y'all, thanks for sticking with me. Hit that like because this is hilarious. Man, if Ohio State is coming in, man, that would be that would be awesome. I have a friend who's been a beat reporter for Ohio State, so maybe it would give me a reason to have him on the show. Because CU hasn't really been going to they haven't had any like close recruiting battles yet with Ohio State. Yeah, where are the kids with the Buffs jerseys on? Come on, man, where'd they go? Green Creole spent all his NIL. Oh man, I hope this freaking ends before my Barbie show time. I'm going to see Barbie tonight. Saw Oppenheimer last week, and I just hope I laugh my ass off. I'm gonna wear a pink shirt, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Cody, can we just get to the commitment? Holy sweet buttery Moses. Yeah, yeah. Like you got to remember, like these are still like teenagers trying to figure out how to put a show on, and um, still a better show than what I could do at 17 years old, but wasn't exactly the most methodical and thought out with how I was doing things. So, got to remind us that that can happen sometimes. Man, I'm committing to Barbie. Holy moly, Cody! That would be the surprise. Actually, I'm committing to the aliens, to the aliens. What if we have an alien come out right now in CU gear? We don't even need Charles Lester if we're recruiting aliens. But we'll just have to see. Dylan is on the live. Dylan Edwards? Goes in the game. Why wouldn't you want to be in a different state, make your own brand, go to CU? The dogs in FSU are full of talent. Yeah, come here and shine. I think that's part of the pitch as we're building. But if that goes according to plan, then that would be amazing. Where we do have an embarrassment of riches problem, like FSU, Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, then it's like clockwork, baby. We got to get there. But that's the pitch right now as we're building. Come with this entrepreneurial startup mentality. Build your own brand in a different way. Vance, teenagers should not be given this important stuff. It's like you almost seem like, yeah, this is why you kind of need a PR rep. This is why you kind of need an agent or something like that. Definitely. Cody, I'm committing to the University of Barbie Art School in Cincinnati. Man, I love that. Wow, compared to Shiloh's commitment, this is trash. Yeah, I like how Cormani did it too, just getting on that show. Everybody in the comments on Instagram is like, man, I'm just so confused. What's happening? Yeah, he's going Juco. No. Kids today just embarrassing themselves. Yeah, it's funny because I was definitely a dumbass as a teenager too, but and we had social media, but it wasn't in real time. You know what I'm saying? Thank God, many of us were teenagers before this time because it's just so much easier to get crapped on and so much easier to have your cringe shown throughout the world and to the world, and it's going to be archived for forever. And thankfully not. There's still a good amount of cringe held on my social medias, but not to the level that we see with these kids. But by the way, yeah, kids don't need these phones. until they're teenagers and all that. You know, I got some friends that work with kids and teenagers, and they have like panic attacks if they're not around their phones. What the hell? He's going to Iona at this point, man. See, that's what I want. I feel like I've already come to terms that he's not choosing the Buffs after all of that. And so now what I'm kind of rooting for is a surprise team. But damn it, if this would be USC, and that would just be terrible, man. Oh man. Shador Sanders, he's in the chat on the Instagram, just laughing his ass off at this, and you know, we'll just have to see. Good Chase saying Car Stoutmire's better, bro. Yeah, yeah. Vance saying it is trash social media interest, just embarrassing them, not giving them clout. Okay, we got the FSU maybe. Hey, there he is. Oh man! So Charles Lester comes out with a crown on and whoa man, he's got the I don't know what you call it. Come on, Florida State people, help me out. The weapon. But man, he's coming out with a crown and a jersey on, wearing number 1. He looks awesome. And you know, it was not the cleanest announcement party. It was not. But it turns out 24/7, their, you know, million crystal balls to Florida State ends up being correct. What we were hearing here locally with Colorado ends up being correct. Super confused why we saw some kids with Colorado jerseys on. But if you wanted to cause mayhem, confusion, and excitement, Charles Lester, you accomplished that today, man. Congratulations on your decision. And I hope that we continue to put the pressure on Charles Lester to sign here for National Signing Day, whenever that comes. But congratulations to Florida State. Again, y'all are building a hell of a recruiting class for 2024. And got to be happy for Charles Lester, man. That was freaking hilarious. He was joking all along. He's going to FSU. Knowles, FSU grad 03. Congratulations. And, man, what a way to do it, right? And congratulations to him. All those follows are dropping. Yeah, you know what happens, man. But I'm still going to be keeping my eye on Charles Lester and see if we can pull off another surprise come December. And hopefully when we got some more wins to back what this team is doing, that's going to give us more ammo and hold more weight with these big-time recruits. Let's see what Charles Lester has to say right now. Oh, we got some high school teammates. We got some high school teammates coming here. Is that what it is? Quarterback? Luke? Oh yeah, he's already committed, right? Luke Kramenhoek, is that how you pronounce it? 4-star quarterback coming here from Georgia, out in Savannah. Looks like he's there for the commitment as well. So that's awesome, man. But we'll see how it goes. What are y'all, Chris, CU fans in shambles? Hey, man, I'm not in shambles. Obviously, I am a little bummed, but coming into this, we knew that this was most likely the outcome. And we'll have to see where CU goes from here. But I hope that this recruiting battle is not over. The tomahawk, duh. Yeah, thank you. He's going through that thing in the crowd. He's going to hurt somebody. Oh, man, absolutely right. Wishing the best, but passing over Coach Prime, big mistake. We'll just have to see about that, man. I'm hoping that we can I'm hoping Mr. Trevin Howell, man. Deion got by his own, man. And this is what I love, man. I love this rivalry that's developing. You know, I love kind of the trash talk that goes back and forth. I don't do a lot of it, but I will partake in it. But this is why. Come on, FSU fans. Like, if y'all love embarrassing our Coach Prime so much, like, y'all got to get at your administration. Put us on the schedule, man. Like, let's settle this on the field. I mean, don't y'all want to see that? Don't y'all want to see the Buffs coming to Tallahassee? I know I do, man. I think that would be big time. That would be prime time. Everybody's gonna win. Everyone's gonna make money. And so many college football teams, man, I feel like they're scared to play the best. You see that with the SEC and only having freaking 8 game conference schedule, even as they're expanding. It is ridiculous. Why are you shying away from the biggest fights? And that's why my respect goes out to those boxers and fighters that aren't afraid to fight another top dog, man. Like, let's get this going, man. I mean, wouldn't FSU and CU be one of the? It would probably be the highest rated watched game in college football, whatever year that they decide to put that on the schedule. Man, like, I would love that. I think it would be great. And these are the things that happen that that you know these sprout the seeds of rivalry. Like, and if Charles Lester, if we do get him to flip in December, that only contributes more to that. But these recruiting battles that we're having right now in Florida, they're seeding they're sprouting a very deep rivalry, and we need to get it. We need to get this on the field already. Like, I try not to drop f bombs, but I think I'm gonna do it. You know how, like, there's that expression when there's like these two people just hate each other or whatever, and it's like y'all just need to fuck. That's what we need to do. FSU and CU. Like, let's just get it on, man. I would love to see that and really see where we stack up against a rising program in Florida State. Let's get that rivalry going. Um, let's see. Yeah, yeah. Vance wants to get it going. Nicholas says CU's on the right track. They're building something special. Yeah, and we're doing it in our own style at a different pace than a lot of these programs have in the past. And a lot of that's because of who we have as our coach, how we're marketing, how we're getting the word out, but also because of the transfer portal rules. It's going to be awesome to see where this goes. This is just the beginning. This is just the baseline for recruiting. And that's what I'm really excited about. The Waddy way. Prime saw the homies he was rolling with and told him that if he didn't want that kind of luggage, carry on only. Quite possibly, it takes, I don't know. Not everybody wants to leave their hometown, and sometimes that can be a negative thing. Sometimes I think that can be a good thing. Like, being out of my hometown or being away from family, it comes with a cost. Like, I wish that I was around family a lot of the times, and maybe that's why I'll move back to Texas at some point. But I've also grown a lot in kind of going out and seeing the world, and yeah, some different things like that. Come to see you. I was somebody that came out of state to see you, and I fell in love with it. It's hard. It's hard to move out of here once you move here, even though it's expensive, because you just fall in love with the nature, the seasons, the lifestyle here. Things just aren't so, like, politically tense out here, and but there are things that you got to deal with, which is the high cost of living and lack of seasoning. But I cook a lot at home anyways, and you're able to deal with that. So um, yeah, I guess I'm gonna wrap this up here in a few minutes, guys. But man, it's all love, man. I ain't never gonna get super upset about what a 17-year-old's doing. Like, for better or for worse, man. At the end of the day, he put on his commitment party. He drove hype, buzz, suspense, and nonetheless, man, it was entertaining as heck, right? Um, Nah, I mean, I see. This is what I don't get. It's like, all right, he does something fun. He throws a party that y'all think is cringe or whatever. We can't just go talking about this guy. Well, it's clear he's narcissistic and we don't want him at the university. Come on now, man. We wouldn't be saying any of these things if he had done all those same things and just chose CU, right? Travis did the same thing, Like, we just can't you can't be upset. Like I think this is one thing about college football fan bases. Like y'all get way, and I guess myself included at certain points. Like we get way too worked up and upset over commitment stuff. Like we should know by now that like all of this stuff is just cringe. It's always cringe. It's always it never feels right. You never like to see your school trolled, but that's what happens so often. And um, you know, ideally maybe that changes, but that's the reality that we live in. And I'm not going to get too upset by a teenager announcing something in teenage ways. Um, Come on now, people. Come on, we got to be better. No, no, I'm not going to be going on here calling Charles Lester a narcissist because he comes out wearing a crown, coming out with the tomahawk in a badass jersey. He looks amazing. I mean, Coach Prime did the same stuff in just different settings at different points. Like we can't be upset for Charles Lester for making a show and having some style, coming out looking great. When I mean that's what guys who have committed to CU have done. That's like what Coach Prime has done in the past. Like, yeah, it's yeah. Um, Am I spending days just to get picks and attention before it's uncool? My bad. Nah, man. These are teenagers. Like, don't y'all remember when you were a teenager? Like, you know, I don't know, man. I ain't gonna ever be too upset about any of this, man. Only a few years ago, we were pumped for Antonio and Alfano. Absolutely right. This offseason still seems surreal. Absolutely. And again, like, he's not picking Colorado, so you know what? People are going to be talking about how he didn't pick Colorado. People are going to be talking about Colorado. I don't have an issue with it. Unbelievably goofy. Yes, you are right. Um, yeah, it's like I'm not bashing any of these guys. You know, they can make their commitments that they want to make. Crack the head, man. The only bowl Colorado will win this year is a cereal bowl, the Fruit Loop Bowl at home. Uh, Crack the head, man. You gotta check out my videos from a few months ago because I've been saying it along, man. Going into this year, from where we've been at the last 20 years, I don't care if you put us in, the motherfucking SpongeBob SquarePants Bowl on Nickelodeon where everything's animated and we have an MVP instead of a bowl MVP. Put us in that game, dude. I want to play a meaningful bowl game. And I like if we're able to get to the SpongeBob SquarePants Bowl, like let's do it. Heck, and I saw now with moving to the Big 12, we are eligible for the Pop Tarts Bowl. Hell yeah, hell yes. Colorado has what it needs. He wouldn't start over our dogs. Yeah, it's hard to imagine that he would come in and start over both Cormani and Travis, having player experience and all that. And, maybe that's why, I mean, on the flip side, that's why Cormani came here. I think he really had an opportunity to play day one, and here he is. I'm not super familiar with the other cornerbacks that FSU has, but if he can still go there and start day one, that's what Travis wanted to do. That's what Cormani wanted to do. We cannot, Buffs fans, like, please, I really want us to be better than what I see from other college football fan bases of just automatically shitting on a kid once they don't commit to the school. Like, everything's going to be okay. These are teenagers doing teenage things. Oh, Vance won't be that special. We won the Pop Tart Bowl. Nah, man. Dude, we haven't won a bowl game since 2004. YouTube was not even live then, man. Um, Man, it's just winning a bowl game is going to be amazing, man, and that's my hope for this year. And we'll have to see where it goes. But y'all, this is not the end of my weekend, but rather the beginning of it. I have plans to go see Barbie here soon, and I guess I do need to get going. Stayed a little bit later with y'all, but man, thank you for checking out my channel and being on this stream with me. This was so much fun compared to, well, not compared to, it's just fun, like talking with everybody, seeing what y'all had to say. Like, y'all made me laugh so much. This is how I need to start my weekend. And this is the beauty of college football, man. Like, meeting fans from other schools, some Florida State fans, Georgia fans were in here. I'm pretty sure we had some Mike here from Nebraska. Like, this is what I love, and it's great that we're able to enjoy, converse, and talk a little smack, laugh at each other, but at the end of the day, just enjoy what is going on, and that's what we're doing. So. I appreciate you guys very much. I'll be back with an interview tomorrow for Life with Prime Sports Media.